Hello everyone. The following video is geared towards the DCUO test community as well as the developers. Just want to go over how to set up video recording while displaying an overlay of the controller input, and the point of that is for user experience testing. So that way, while you're playing the game, you're also recording the inputs of the controller. So that way, when we're testing out new interactions, we can see the button presses as the input going in, and if the desired output is successful. Okay, so the first thing we'll be doing is we're going to be building the HTML5 page that displays the controller, and the site that can do this is called gamepadviewer.com. So when you first arrive here, it just looks like a blank page, but it's trying to detect whether you have a controller connected. So what you'll need to do is just push any button on the controller and it will activate the options on the page. So currently viewing, you're just going to select player 1, and then you're going to select what you actually want to display on top of your game. So there are a couple of options. There are a bunch of PlayStation layouts and Xbox layouts. So for testing purposes, what you want to do is pick one that kind of sticks out as a sore thumb. Like for example, you wouldn't want the realistic looking black one, right? Or like this one. Because like if you move it around, it's not as prominent. Like, well, the buttons light up, but the analog sticks do not. So in my opinion, this PlayStation 4 white one is the most prominent, because the analog sticks have a red top and you still see the black inside. So you could tell much more easily that you're moving things around. And of course, all the buttons still light up and stuff. So like if you look at the black one, the analog sticks are black on black, so it's not too prominent. If your screen's a little dark, it's not going to look like you're moving them. So this is the one we're going to want. The background color doesn't really matter because it's going to get dropped out anyway when they overlay that on the game. But that's a nice green screen color anyway. Then you're going to have a bunch of options if you click this menu here. But I'm going to keep it simple. All we're going to need to do, because like we don't need to remap the buttons, this is exactly what we want for DCUO. So we're just going to generate URL. And I guess depending on what you choose, it's going to put the variable here of what it is. I'm going to pick the white PlayStation again. So you're just going to copy this. Okay, so now we're in OBS, and I have a scene that's for DCUO PC. And then your sources are basically your layers. So the one on the bottom is going to be the game. And browser is where you're going to paste in that address that you just copied. So if I go to properties, it goes right in here. And 800 by 600 is the width of the page, width and height of that app with the controller. But you can resize it and it'll keep the aspect ratio. So you can make that however large or small you want. But I'm not going to be using the chat log at all, so I'm going to place it over the chat. Typically people cover the chat anyway. But if for some reason you're using the combat log, you could move the controller somewhere else. But you know, during gameplay, we don't want to cover up the actual game elements. And then, as you can see, if I move the controller around, the proper items do light up. But then when I'm actually recording, I'll have to go to the DCUO window and then play it. And as I'm playing, I'm not going to see this overlay, but as long as I hit record on OBS, it will keep all these layers like in the background. Right, so that is the basic setup of how to get that overlay while using the OBS platform to record your video. So this part of the video, I just want to go over the actual evaluation of user experience. So at this point, the video is recorded and it's uploaded to YouTube, and YouTube does have a pretty good tool here where you could set the playback speed. I mean, you could obviously do this on your desktop too, but since YouTube is kind of universal, I will do that here. So we want to go slower, naturally, so as the video plays, and we want to get to a portion where the controller is being pushed, so you see all these buttons and the analog sticks moving. So you want to see that the actually I should turn the sound down. You want to see that the desired input is resulting in the proper output. So you see the X button going there because I'm probably doing a little hops or just a natural jump canceling in the air. Let's move forward a little bit. So you see the weapon attacks, the weapon combo. And then you see that the combination of the triggers with the loadout. And there we go with a melee weapon combo. Am I going to fire a power? Okay, it's weapon mastery. And there we go. I just want to show some of the tray abilities. But you wouldn't pick this up at normal speed because it's going to be happening super fast. But this way you could see if a player is like, maybe I'm mashing the button more than I need to, or if I'm having trouble getting an interaction going, I might be, pushing a button more than once, and you see it actually work only once. So it's just little things like that. But I think you get the idea of how this works and how this could be useful for testing. And it should especially come in handy as work on the user interface is ongoing. Okay, well, I hope this helps you out, and thanks for watching.